our go live notifications. School's in. Why is it? Oh, no, you're... Okay. Sweet. All right, we are... Adam... Yeah.
Hey, those are instructions on where to find this place.
Yeah, exactly. Don't do that. We should be on the stream start. We should be having the name cards. Yeah. Unless I still have it backward. All right, good. We're good. Good.
Look good.
Delightful. We are now in lecture. Cool. Magic 102. You remember everything we talked about last time?
Yes.
Good enough. I'll take it. 20 life.
I'll figure it out as I go.
Okay, it'll come back to you.
Yeah, 20 life, mana, fucking swamps. You know, I
didn't say a damn thing about swamps. That's fine. Okay, cool. So we're just going to talk about shit. And I am actually uncharacteristically well prepared for this lesson. Just waiting for this to refresh because,
Oh,
Edge.
God, he has notes.
Notes.
So much notes.
First, I played the Seal of Orichalcos. Okay. I love that I can see that. Should get your charger. Okay.
No, I see it. No, I got a playing battery.
All right.
I charged it this morning.
Delightful. So the plan here is we got some little stuff. We got two big things, although one of them, Billy has informed me, is really not as big as I think it is. So we're going to do half the little stuff, the big thing, break. The other big thing, the other half the little stuff, break, play game. So let's jump into that. First, deck building. We didn't cover it all. Okay?
Praise me.
All right. This is not how to build a good deck. This is how to build a legal deck. And it's really just at least...
Is it print out a bunch of cards on my printer and slap the cards together in sleeves and call it a night?
For a tournament-sanctioned game, no. It has to be real cards.
Yes.
Rule 0 of Magic is if we agree, then fine. But for it to be like Wizards-sanctioned, then it has to be legit. Anyways, at least 60 cards. No more than 4 with the same name.
Just like Pokemon, guys.
Right? And basic lands, which are your Pokemon energies, you're not stuck with 4.
Yeah, you can have as many of those as you fucking want.
Right. As many as you want. You could have... I have seen a deck called The Definition of Blue Bullshit, which is like 3 other cards and 57 islands. Anyways.
Nice.
Or no, it's a commander. Anyways, whatever. Cool. There we go. The legend rule. Okay, you remember last time I made a point of saying that what's-her-name's name is Brigid, Hero of Kinsbale.
Yep.
Okay. That is Akroma, Vision of Ixidor.
Okay.
Right? And then this is Akroma, Angel of Wrath.
Okay.
As far as the game is concerned, unrelated, completely different, never heard of each other.
Okay. So it's different named cards, like 4 of each.
Precisely. Yeah. And the fact that they're both purple-haired angels, unrelated.
Okay. Are you sure they're purple? This print job's a little weird.
Those are your printer, so you tell me, man. Speaking of your printer, here's another one. Akroma, Angel of Wrath.
When I was cutting these up, some were pretty blurry. You go, fuck, that's terrible.
That's true. That. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there.
Anyways. It must have been bad picture originally, maybe?
Yeah. So check it. We got 3
different Akumas.
So you've already gotten it. You can have 4 per name. So you could have 8 Akromas if 2 are Angel of Wrath, 2 are Vision of Ixidor. And there's even more. I wouldn't recommend it. Now, we're done with this. Check out...
Trash?
No. Grab those 2.
Oh, only that one's trash.
It's a fine card. I don't know. Okay, so check out Akroma, Angel of Wrath. I don't know if this went up. Bam. I'm hoping that comes up in the stream. And the other, Akroma, Angel of Wrath. That's the same card. They just printed her later.
Okay.
So this brings us to our discussion about abilities. Notably, static abilities, and in this case, keyword abilities. That's the same card, but you'll notice that the old one says, attacking does not cause Akroma, Angel of Wrath to tap. And the new one doesn't say that, but in her,
Wrath is no vice when inflicted upon the...
That's flavor text.
Okay.
Italic, don't even worry about italic. It's not technically
flavor.
Yeah, absolutely. Her flavor is that she's extremely wrathful.
Like sriracha sauce.
Way more. No, No, yeah, absolutely. That's your sriracha sauce. Especially the red version. Anyways. So, what else do you see there? Flying, first strike, trample, haste, protection
Vigilance.
from black, protection from red, and vigilance. Whereas on the old one, it doesn't say vigilance, it says attacking does not cause it a tap. That's a keyword ability, which is there used to be this thing, but now it's just a static ability. So it doesn't use the stack. And also, do I have this button? Okay, keyword abilities. So you got those 2 achromas. It's very much like it's a common thing, and it's now on the card, built in, pretty much. It doesn't use the stack, which is really, really important for lifelink, which we'll get to. And that's your static ability. That's your static keyword abilities. We're going to go over a few. Lifelink, for example. We're going to come up on that later. But lifelink is when the creature deals damage, you gain that much life. So the reason a keyword ability is important is you can just have it, but if you could like stack it as different abilities, then you would gain twice as much life, 3 times that. So that's the difference. Cool. All right. You can dismiss those. Let's talk about...
Over here.
Yeah. She has protection from red. Now, what does that mean? If you have protection from red, then from any red source, you cannot be dealt damage.
That's what I need to bring home.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, it depends on your debtors. Or you're the debtor. Anyways. You cannot... If you have protection, then you have protection from debt. So you cannot be dealt damage, enchanted or equipped, blocked, or targeted. Do you remember targeting? It'll tell you. It's just it has to target.
Yeah.
So things will say...
I do not remember that. I should have brushed up on the video.
It's fine. Oh, and then I have this thing, which I think is a picture of what I just gave Joe. There we go. Yeah.
Yep.
It's that shield.
Yep.
That's your mnemonic. So the idea of targeting is pretty much just like lightning bolt, I think, is like deals 3 damage to a target. So protection is like, well, you can't target me.
Okay. Yeah, all right. I get it now.
Yeah.
So I can't remember what fucking thing you had that targeted somebody.
I had a bunch. I think lightning bolt. In Alex's Bloodbraid deck. Anyways. Well, keep that till the end of time. That's just for you to remember. Keep that until it is burned into your skull.
I didn't bring my lighter.
I got a blowtorch. Now,
yeah, that works.
Here's another thing that we should talk about. X. Okay, if I could hit this button
Is
better.
he going to give it to you?
Well, you're going to decide. So, Ivy Elemental costs X and a green.
Mm-hmm.
And in order to decide X, you just pay when it's in a mana cost.
Okay. So, if I have white and green, it can be a white and the green.
Yep, and then X is 1.
Okay.
And then if you have, like, 15 green and a white, then you can do 15. So 14 of that green, and the white is 15. And then the other green for the other green. And then Ivy Elemental in particular comes into play with... Oh, do I have this written? Comes into play with X, plus some counters on it. That's when X is in a mana cost, you just decide by paying. Okay.
This looks like a real card.
It is. Here's another real card. If X is not in the mana cost, e.g. Sprout Back Trudge.
Ring, guys, so if you want,
if you want counterfeit cards, they're available for... They are very clearly not real. Anyways, Sprout Back... say that 12 times fast. X is not in the mana cost, but it's going to be like... What is it? This spell costs X less to cast. And then it's immediately going to go on to say where X is. It'll tell you what X is. Cool. Done and done. You can dismiss those. What's the difference between damage and loss of life? Okay.
Ooh, this is going to be interesting.
Not really. Well, maybe. I don't know. Damage causes loss of life. But there are other ways to cause loss of life. Dina Soul Steeper has a shank. No, I'm kidding.
Adam's going to get stabbed on stream.
Whenever you gain life, each opponent loses 1 life. So you remember I mentioned a second ago, lifelink. When this creature deals damage, you gain that much life. So you can't just give her lifelink and then immediately counter for... Yeah, no, none of that. She's not dealing damage. Mm-hmm. You're just losing life. But if I deal you damage, you lose life. Cool. Done. You can dismiss her. Now, let's talk about the difference between... Do you remember when I said there's a bunch of zones and one of them is Exile?
Combat zone.
That's another one. Nah. Well, no. There's the battlefield.
Damn.
Okay.
Fucked up.
Okay. So, there is Exile. And I'll actually start with... Here's what Swords to Plowshares looks like currently. Exile target creature. Its controller gains life equal to its power. Mm-hmm. So, it's kind of like removed from the game. But check it. Here's another card called Death Wish.
Nice.
That's another real card.
That's a good fucking
That one's actually worth, like, over $4, I think. Nice. Choose target card you own from outside the game. Hell yeah, James talking. Hell yeah.
What do you say?
He says yes. Oh, hell yes. So, Death Wish is cool. Choose target card you own from outside the game, I think. What else does it say? Let me read this card. Choose a card you own from outside the game and put it into your hand. You lose half your life rounded up. Remove Death Wish from the game. So, from outside the game does not mean Exile. It's outside the game. And that's a slight distinction which might come up. Outside the game literally means not within this game.
So, let's say this is my collection of cards. Is
Yep.
it my card now?
Yep. No, not, well, what do you mean this is your card now?
Like-
But yes, you go through your binder.
Yeah.
If your opponent is patient enough, you go down to the card shop and buy one.
Yeah. I go buy the card that's going to win me the game.
Yeah,
Here's
absolutely.
the card that wins the game.
Yeah,
Alright,
absolutely.
Cool.
If you want to spend 1 generic, 2 black, and half your life rounded up. And
Okay.
then at sorcery speed, and then I don't counter it. But, yeah. So that's outside the game versus Exile. Dismiss Death Wish, but check out that Swords to Plowshares.
Okay.
Now, Alex and I have said a few times, you've heard it a million times on repeat, cards override rules.
Uh-huh.
So check out Relentless Rats. Remember I said you can have 4 of a card with a given name?
Uh-huh.
At the bottom it says you can have any number of Relentless Rats. That's the kind of thing that, like, the card
Yeah.
Yeah.
So cards are important. You follow what
Yeah.
the card says.
So, yeah, if the card contradicts the rule, the card wins. Now, let me make this way more complicated. There's Oracle Text, which is, I think they call their database of all the real text Oracle. If they printed the card again today, it would say what the Oracle Text says. And I have a bam right there. Okay, so check out what Swords to Plowshares looked like immediately, or initially.
Looks like a fucking farmer.
Yeah. He pounded his sword into a plowshare, and now he's... Anyways. Target creature is removed from the game entirely. That is no longer true. He's put in exile. Because people thought Death Wish could bring him back. So exile and outside the game are different.
Okay.
So, Oracle text of cards
Okay.
is what overrides rules.
Okay.
That is the real text.
So this is not in canon anymore.
The way that's
Or
phrased.
whatever. Yeah.
Right. You can totally play that card legal, like if it was real. You could play it a real Swords to Plowshares with the old wording, but you'd have to operate it under the new wording.
Okay.
That's Oracle text. That's the important thing. And you can look that up on gatherer.wizards.com if you really need to. Okay.
Well, I will. I'm going to check right now.
Yeah, for what Swords to Plowshares says. It says exile target
One
creature.
of these things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And see how it says exile target. If you had protection from white or protection from instants, I couldn't target it.
Okay.
Cool. Dismiss all of that. Let's get into the big topic. Well, the first of 2 big topics, but the bigger. Planeswalkers. This is a necessary ingredient of playing Magic. I want to see if that graphic comes up. Should immediately. I think I missed. No, that's good. Okay. Check out Karn the Great Creator.
Hang on 1 second.
Oh, man. What's he say? It's only... Man. Ooh, Silver Medalist is live. Cool. Where is Mortal Kombat? You're on screen. Okay. So,
I know. That's
okay.
why it's funny.
Yeah. So, canonically, who are you and I playing this game casting actual gods? We are planeswalkers. So they always wanted the feeling of you cast a spell and now your friend pulls up a chair and plays the game.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's a planeswalker that you can cast more of them. So check out... Yeah, read them. That is Karn the Great Creator. How to read a creature. Or how to read a planeswalker. Much like a creature, he has a name up top, a mana cost, some art, a type, which will always include, but is not limited to, planeswalker. A planeswalker type, which these days is meaningless, and I'm still mad about that. And then below that, a text box. We're going to get into that in a second. Within that text box, Karn the Great Creator in particular has a static ability, which I think is activated abilities of artifacts your opponents control can't be activated. We'll see that in the game, but there's some artifacts that do stuff, and I won't be able to. We'll actually see one later. Okay. So, on the bottom right, he has Loyalty. I think that's 5? Yeah. So, Karn the Great Creator, when he comes into play with 5 Loyalty counters. Mm-hmm. And then you'll see he has
There's
in
a
his text
little 5
box.
right there.
Yep. So we, Alex and I generally put a die on there. Well, I use something better at telling a number. So he's got, what's he got? He's got a +1, which does a thing, and a -2, which does a thing.
Yep.
Okay.
Till your next turn, up to 1 target, non-creature artifact becomes an artifact creature with power and toughness each equal to converted.
Yeah. So if I have like a Darksteel Ingot, which is, it just taps for mana, it becomes like a creature, and now I can attack with it if I want. Anyways, so that's how a Planeswalker works, is he comes in at 5, you can put a counter on him, and then that'll do the +1. You can take, what is it, -2? You can take 2 counters off him to do the -2. Okay. The way they work is you can activate 1 loyalty ability for each Planeswalker
Okay.
on your turn at sorcery speed. Meaning not like in response to anything, so you do it like in your main phase. And that loyalty is kind of like his life. By which I mean, he can be attacked.
Okay. So would this be the commander of the deck or whatever?
No. Planeswalkers will say, or like sometimes they want Planeswalkers to be able to be your commander. So if the Planeswalker says, he can be your commander.
Okay.
But commander is Magic 103, don't even worry about it.
Okay.
You can have any, like, it's just another card type. You can have all kinds of Planeswalkers.
So
and indeed,
what the hell are we learning about today?
Planeswalkers, mainly.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm super confused.
Planeswalkers and equipment.
Okay, all right. I know what's going on now.
Let's see. Oh yeah, so they can be attacked. So if I have a bunch of crap on my side, I can send them at Karn or at you. And often that's a valuable strategy, is to just put a Planeswalker who's dangerous. But I send them to either you or a Planeswalker. Creatures, though, you decide who blocks, and that's for whoever. Let's see. If they hit 0, much like if you hit life. Go ahead, right. I would love if you write. Go on.
I can't.
Okay. Joe's writing down nerds.
Yeah.
There we go. If they hit 0, damage causes you loss of life. Nice. Nicely done. Well centered. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to say, normally people write it with the E, but Joe wants to feel the anger.
Yeah. Gotta roll the R's.
That's right. Nerds. Sounds way more Hispanic. Joe's going to step off camera for a bit.
Yeah. Something going
Okay.
on over here.
They can be attacked. If they hit 0 life, they die. Or 0 loyalty, they die. Damage to them causes loss of loyalty. Okay? So it's very much like another player who only has a couple spells.
So don't hit him or he goes to you?
No.
Well,
You keep him.
Okay.
All the time. He's like a creature, but way better.
Okay.
That's Karn, that's loyalty abilities. Do I have a picture for this? Who knows? Moves away from Mike to breathe. Breathe like a fish.
Chocolate rain.
Yeah. Chocolate tree blood. Okay. Also, anytime, if I control damage, and it would damage a player, and it's non-combat damage, I can instead have it resolve on a Planeswalker. So check out Staff of Nin.
That's a cool looking card. Looks like Geralt. Oh,
Where?
I don't know.
I do not see a white-haired man.
There's
Okay.
some white hair going on right there.
That's the titular staff.
Oh, whatever.
And okay, fine. Staff of the River. Beginning of your upkeep, draw an extra card. Awesome. But forget that. Tap, deal 1 damage to target creature or player. So because that says or player, I can instead have it resolve on your Planeswalker.
Okay.
And in later printings, it just says any target.
Okay.
Cool. Hey, it's Batman. Hell yeah. Batman, you're just in time to learn how to play Magic.
Hey, Holmes.
Oh my god.
What
What was rule number 3? Don't upset our overlords? And that's one of them.
It's okay. I'm saying hi to Batman. That's how you say hi. That's how you say hi.
I said upset our overlords. I didn't say anything about guests. You can piss them off all you want. So if Batman's fine with it, but our overlords are not, then that's not tolerable. Okay.
Now at work, I pick up the phone and one time somebody goes, "Hey, Holmes." I'm like, God damn it.
Okay.
I wish I was lying. It happened.
I believe it. Check out that card. That's a Johnny Steadfast, one of the original 5. Read through all of that. You should have a question for me, and I want to know if you know what the question is. I want to know if you can guess the question.
All right.
Forget those overlords. I mean, they kind of determine if we can... Oh my god, I bumped the camera. They kind of determine if we can ever hypothetically make money off this thing, but... Anyways. What's he say?
Okay. It's hard to read.
Okay.
Until end of turn, no one targets creature gets +1/+1 and gain first strike, vigilance, and lifelink.
That's his +1 ability.
Yep. -1 is put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control and a loyalty counter on each other Planewalker you control.
Yep.
You get a
-7.
Yep.
You get an emblem with...
You get an emblem with a...
If a source
would deal damage to you, Planeswalker you control, prevent all one of that damage.
Yeah, all the damage -1.
God damn, I feel like I'm learning how to read for the first time.
What's the question you should have?
I don't know.
It's what's an emblem? So the emblem
Yes.
is, it's just a thing on you. The idea being it can't be targeted. So the fact that he says you get an emblem, pretty much as long as you're in the game, that emblem is just around and I can't just remove the emblem.
Okay.
And then the emblem says, if a source you control, or if a source an opponent controls would deal damage to you or a permanent you control, prevent all but one.
Okay.
Cool. And then, yeah, let's take a break, and then we'll move over to the second half. And, yeah, so Joe and I are going to medicate and take a break, and I'm going to wait for this page to load so that I can hit the button to take a break.
Get better tech.
I will in the Discord. Hey, we're back.
Yeah, great.
All right. Dismiss all that.
Hey. Here. This is where the location is.
Yeah, I live in an old shoe. It's true.
I'm going to get the GPS coordinates. Peg.